My name is Keith Rutzart. I'm with Reef Check California, and I'm also on the Monterey Bay National Marine Sanctuary Advisory Council. And I'm here to discuss the removal of urchins and the kelp restoration at Tankers Reef in Monterey. Click. There we go. So the urchin population in Monterey has just exploded lately. We used to have just a couple urchins in a 60-meter square transect, and now we are finding 409 urchins per transect throughout Monterey. In terms of what that looks like, we had thought that the marine sanctuaries were going to be something along this order, but it turns out it's more like this. There's urchins throughout the marine sanctuaries in Monterey. In terms of what that looks like, this is the Monterey Peninsula. The purple areas are the urchin barrens around Monterey, and there are marine protected areas protecting all these urchin barrens from being able to be removed under normal rule making with the Fish and Game Commission. The only exceptions are these areas up here where we are working on a special collection permit with the Fish and Wildlife in the Pacific Grove Gardens Marine Conservation Area. And another area is right outside of the marine protected areas in the South Bay there, and that's where I'm proposing this emergency regulation language. This is the petition. I submitted it in January. You're welcome to read it. It explains the whole game plan of how I'm going to attempt to do this with stakeholders that are in that community. This is the area in question. It's 3 square miles. It's a small area just in Monterey, and we've been talking with Sanke Master. We decided to narrow it down to just a small area. It is a low-lying shale reef that has shifting sands on it, so where it really is kind of up to seasonally where it is found. But it is an urchin barren, and we verified that and truthed it out that it could be restored to kelp. And it was historically a kelp forest before. In talking with President Sklar, we came across some issues that we thought were of importance to this issue, and these was what my take is from our conversation. So I'm going to go through them one at a time. First is this is not an emergency. There's no ab fishery in this area. But we do have a tremendous amount of tourism in this area, where on the north coast, abalone fishery was estimated to be worth $44 million at the top value. In Monterey County, tourism is worth $2.85 billion with a B. It's a huge economic value, and there's a nearshore fishery here. We have recreation and diving also in this area. And the number one thing people come for is scenic beauty. You can see it on the charts there when they poll people in this area. There's also a lot of poaching that's happening in the MPAs. And that's because divers are concerned about it. We polled everybody, and 99% of divers want to remove the urchins, and 98% say they will help with it. And what's happening is people are secretly killing them, and what's happening then is you have unknown fishing pressure within the MPAs that is not documented, and that's what becomes an urgent issue for this commission. Well, I want to see what happens on the north coast, and I have better expressed it in my
I just want to give you
materials.
You only got a minute left, so.
Okay. So I'm not going to go over all these issues here, but it's very different. Up the north coast, they have 3 counties, and here we're talking about just a single reef, and it's different species, different substrate. The kelp is not yet locally extinct, and you can see here they're pushing down from the north of the peninsula there, and they're coming all the way down in the bay. The last vestige of kelp is right there at the Monterey Bay Aquarium, and it is under serious threat. I was diving there last weekend. It's high urchin count within the kelp forest. And so I've been working on this for a while, as you know. I've met with Commissioner Silver at the Marine Resources Committee some time ago, and it's just a slow process that we're trying to deal with. And Fish and Wildlife has no appetite for this, but Fish and Wildlife has been very receptive to us, and at the sanctuary, they have helped us to come up with a resolution on this. And that's it.
Great, thank you. Appreciate your time.
Thank you.
Any questions for Keith? Seeing none.